Hey everyone, this is Laura Godenik with Laura Godenik Astrology, and I'm here to give you the astrology for the week of July 19th through the 25th, 2021. So things really start happening on Tuesday the 20th when Mercury in Cancer makes a sextile to Uranus in Taurus. Now, Mercury is the planet of the mind, the intellect, communication, how we exchange ideas and information, how we get around in our local city or state. And Uranus is the planet of innovation, revelation, revolution, freedom, and change. And so whenever a planet comes into aspect with Uranus, Uranus usually asks us or that planet to change something, to innovate, to make different, to make better. Sextiles aren't a huge aspect, so it's, you might even barely notice it, but Tuesday, you might have more inventive or innovative ideas or thoughts, and this, these might come about perhaps around home, family, gardening, maybe food or cooking. Mercury in Cancer is the sign of home, family, and then Uranus is in Taurus, which is about agriculture, land, gardens, food, money, etc. And Cancer also rules over the stomach, so it does have a lot to do with food and cooking. So it might just be a day where you might want to make something, make a dish, something you don't normally make, or do something innovative in the garden, kind of doing innovative or inventive things around the house. So that is Tuesday the 20th. Wednesday the 21st, we have Venus moving into the sign of Virgo. Traditionally, this is the sign of Venus's fall. So Venus is a planet that wants to relate and unite with others and attract. However, Virgo is a sign about independence. Virgo rules over specifically independent women who didn't need a man to survive. So in ancient times, this was either the nun or the whore, women who could make it on their own. So that doesn't really go very well with Venus's urge to unite, to relate, to do things together, to have some sort of partnership or teamwork. So that is why, or that's one of the reasons why Venus is considered in her fall in Virgo. So with Venus and Virgo, relationships could strain a little bit. Virgo tends to want to improve things or people. So with Venus and Virgo, you might be a bit more critical regarding your friendships, especially maybe friendships with women, or more critical towards a partner. You might just want to do things more on your own, but those things might require partnership, or you might need to work with someone, but you want to do it on your own, or vice versa. You might need to or want to work on something with someone in a partnership, but they're unavailable or they are not as willing to help. So partnerships of all forms could be a bit strained. Another reason that Venus kind of struggles in Virgo is so Virgo is ruled by the planet Mercury, so it's kind of like Venus versus Mercury. Mercury is an intellectual planet. It's the planet of the mind, of thinking, of strategizing, of breaking down concepts. And Venus is very sensual and just wants to relax and enjoy life and enjoy the simple pleasures of life, of relationships, and of the body. So those two don't always go very well together. So, it might be a time where, you're not as able to enjoy sensual pleasures. Your mind might get in the way a little bit of enjoying life. It doesn't have to, just, being aware of that can be helpful, that you might have kind of a busier mind over the next couple of weeks while Venus is in Virgo, and it might just be harder to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. Okay, let's see. like I said before, Venus equals relationships and Virgo wants to improve. So, in my experience, I've had clients with who've had Venus in Virgo, and there's this need to improve their partner or choose a partner or someone that they can like work on or chip away on, or choosing partners as projects. So be aware of that, especially if you get into a relationship during Venus's stay in Virgo. Be wary of choosing partners or relationships that require a lot of work or effort that become projects, right? That's like no one's responsibility. No one should become a project for someone else. There could be more pleasure, right? Venus is pleasure in being of service to others. Virgo is a sign of being of service and really enjoying that. And in general, Venus should still bring positives and benefits to the Virgo part of your chart, whatever house that's being highlighted. It might not be as good as, when Venus is passing through Libra or Taurus, the signs that she rules. So it's not going to be as sweet, but it'll still be, still bring some positive, some good stuff. For example, Venus in Virgo will be going through my 4th house of home and family and where I live. And I know that this week I'm planning on redecorating my office space and kind of cleaning it up a little bit and beautifying it. So that's one example of how that plays out for me. So Venus is also artistry, craft work, self-expression through art or things that are beautiful. So, and Virgo wants to perfect. Virgo, because it's ruled by Mercury, has a very detail-oriented eye. So you could get involved in art projects or crafts that require a lot of detailed work. So, chipping away at something if you are a carver or like a builder and you're kind of a perfectionist, you could really geek out on some of those projects during this time. Also, other art projects including hand-mind coordination, so like sewing, mending, knitting, crocheting, those crafts that are very detail-oriented and kind of handwork. That's very Virgo. So if you are if you lean towards being crafty or artsy, you might feel more drawn to activities that involve the hands. And that could also include musical instruments. Like, for example, I'm a Virgo. I don't have Venus in Virgo, but I play the violin, and that's a very, musical instruments in general are very hand-mind oriented and involve kind of combination of like craft work and creativity. Okay, so that is Wednesday the 21st, and Venus will be in Virgo. I didn't look that up. For a couple of weeks at least. I will let you know in the next video how long Venus will be in Virgo. I think at least 3 weeks. So Thursday the 22nd, Venus in Virgo makes this opposition to Jupiter in Pisces. So Jupiter is still in Pisces, and it's like at 1 or 0 degrees of Pisces, just about to head back into Aquarius. So it's kind of unique that Venus makes this opposition. The difference here is, so Venus in Virgo is in fall, whereas Jupiter in Pisces is in its rulership. It's at home in the sign of Pisces. So what happens when the two benefics in astrology oppose each other? Oppositions are challenging aspects. They're of the nature of Saturn. Saturn is a planet of discipline, limitation, duty, restriction, sometimes saying no. So Jupiter in Pisces could represent something beautiful, something that we dream of or aspire towards or aspire for. It could represent someone far away or seemingly unreachable. It could be the thing that is, what's greener on the other side of the fence. It could represent like a person, because this Venus does indicate relationships and love. This could be, this aspect could bring about this feeling of longing for someone you can't have, or, someone catching your eye, but they're unavailable, or you're unavailable, or you're not in a place to be in a relationship, or they live far away, or maybe they're taken. So watch out for that feeling of desiring something you can't have, or that's currently not available to you. It doesn't have to be relationship oriented, although I think it will be for many people. It could also be a job or a place to live, something other than what you have, seeming more beautiful, more luxurious, more desirable. With oppositions, it's never the time to act or to try to get that thing that you're wanting that seems so beautiful. It's like, it's out of grasp, right? But when the two planets that are in opposition come into a more harmonious aspect, that might be more of a time of resolve or a time to take action. So these two planets actually form a trine to each other on September 6th. Jupiter will be back in Aquarius and Venus will be in Libra in her own sign, and they'll be forming a trine on September 6th. So some of these topics that might come up for you on Thursday the 22nd or the days leading up to that could be more reachable, more graspable come September 6th. There could be resolve around whatever this is for you. So that is Thursday the 22nd. That's kind of the major aspect of the week, is Venus moving into Virgo and then opposing Jupiter on Thursday the 22nd. So Saturday the 24th, we have Mercury in Cancer making a trine to Neptune in Pisces at 22 degrees of Cancer in Pisces. So this is a great time for things like creative writing or automatic writing, so getting in touch with the more unconscious parts of your psyche, maybe poetry, writing poetry, something very lyrical or beautiful, songwriting. It's a great time for playing music. Remember, Mercury indicates the brain-hand coordination, and Neptune is very musical, and it's very otherworldly. It's almost like things or inspiration coming to you seemingly out of nowhere. So a great time for playing music and enjoying music. Could be a day of altered states of some kind, whether that's like meditation for you or a glass of wine. It's up to you how to kind of manifest the energy, but there might be a desire for escapism of some kind, which doesn't have to be unhealthy. It can be very healthy escapism, kind of like escapism from like the normal, everyday, mundane aspects of life. You might receive some sweet romantic messages from others, or you might be sending those to others. It's a good day to do so. Could be a great day for some sort of spiritual practice like singing or chanting. So it should be a really nice day. Sunday the 25th, Mercury does make an opposition with Pluto, so it's kind of, on the 24th, it's a lovely aspect, but we might still be feeling that opposition to Pluto. In fact, we probably will, because it's only a day before. So this will probably be, I'm guessing, a continuation of the same story or conversation that we just had this past week when we had the Sun opposing Pluto. So whatever that was for you, right? So conversations that are deep yet honest. It could be around, and most likely will be around, home or family or people you live with, or motherhood, or maybe even conflict with mom, or around how to be a mother, or even challenging conversations with other women. Cancer is one of the more feminine signs and represents women as well. And it's definitely going to bring up things that have been avoided or swept under the rug. It should be, Pluto reveals, that's kind of Pluto's job in the zodiac, is to reveal that which is uncomfortable and that which we have been hiding away. And it is, challenging, and we've all experienced this past week with the Sun opposing Pluto, so it's not going to be anything new, really. So just be mindful of that. And that is the astrology of the week. If you are curious about how this is showing up for you, definitely reach out and we can schedule a consultation. Otherwise, I will be back next week with another astrological update, and I hope you have a wonderful week.